Hello, everybody, and welcome back to One Hub Racing. We are here on a Friday evening, not to go racing, but to do the tier announcements for Season 13. Alongside me in the commentary box tonight is Jamie. Welcome to the box, Jamie, and here we are again for another season of tier announcements.
Yeah, it's come along fast. Obviously, don't see my own goal since we were racing around Abu Dhabi, and here we are again on the verge of another season.
Yeah, definitely, and obviously to determine the tiers there are a number of factors, but we've got 4 tiers to reveal tonight. We got our Podium Tier, which races at 6:30 p.m., our Precision Tier that races at 7:30 p.m., Pinnacle Tier at 8:30 p.m., and Prestige Tier at 9:30 p.m. Of course, that is all UK times. And Jamie, we've got all the driver stats as well to talk about as we're revealing the drivers.
Yeah, we have. We've got obviously we can see who's done well in the league, who hasn't done so well in the league. We can see all the rookies we've got. We've got 23 rookies, I believe. So there's a lot of new blood, which is what you expect when you increase the league, and we hope they have a really good time here.
Yeah, definitely. It'd be really interesting to see, drivers as will they be moving up? Will they be moving down?
Yeah,
In terms of tiers, and then how all the new drivers, as you mentioned, are going to stack up against these boys and girls.
Yeah, exactly. Obviously, there's a bit of movement. Obviously, there's a few guys that have really they improved a lot during the season 12, and they've been rewarded with a higher tier. And there's a few guys that maybe maybe are in tiers that are more suited to them. So hopefully, we should have much more competitive racing this season, which is what everybody wants in the end.
Yeah, of course, as you say, you increase tiers and you increase the number of drivers you can accommodate for, but what that does is it closes up the competitiveness within the tiers, and we already know it was competitive last season, but it'll close it up even more, Jamie.
Yeah, exactly. And looking at this, like the top, like the prestige tier drivers, they're all really close, all like within a second of each other. So again, we're seeing really close gaps, and even like the pinnacle tier looks even closer. So we expect some good racing this season, and these guys they won't disappoint. I'm sure of that.
They definitely won't. And all right, shall we get things started? Because after obviously tonight, Jamie, as soon as the stream ends, drivers will be able to head over and apply for team contracts once they know what tier they're in. So they'll be able to go and go over
Yeah.
to the website and apply. Click on the team contracts page, and you can find all the information. There's a tutorial video about it as well, how you apply for team contracts and then how you find yourself a teammate as well. There's a separate tutorial video, both are about 60 seconds long. So definitely give them a watch. Perhaps at some point at the end we'll talk a little bit about that, Jamie, and link the tutorial videos into the stream. But for now, we'll start with the podium tier. So 6:30 p.m. myself and Sean will be commentating on this tier for season 13. 8 races, mandatory 2 stops. We're in for a cracker, Jamie.
Yeah, we are exactly. Yeah, obviously, I think last season the problem with Pontiac last season, so many drives improved. Last season it was sort of a bit more spread out, but with the way this is looking, we could have several drivers I think fight for the title this season. As again the times at the top were very close, and even towards the middle part they were very tight. So we could see multiple winners this season, I think, which would be a good thing.
Yeah, definitely, and of course that's what you want to see. You want to see battles all the way, not just for the wins, but all the way through the points. And even outside the points, driver of the days are an award that can be won. Overtake of the week's new for this season, so there's lots to play for all of our drivers. And of course, Jamie, there's the championship trophies to be won.
Yeah, exactly. And obviously this season we've got a interesting constructors championship. Obviously for the short season, we thought they'd experiment, and rather than just have the constructors championship for each tier, we're gonna have them like all as one. So, say you're in the Red Bull, then you're gonna have 7 teammates effectively rather than 2. So that would be interesting because obviously you might see drivers cheering on their teammates in other tiers. So that'll be a bit more spice to the constructors championship.
Yeah,
And obviously the
definitely.
drivers championship, that's the one the guys want. And we had 3 great champions last season. Obviously, one of them isn't racing, but 2 of them are. We'll see how they do in their respective tiers.
Alrighty, well, let's get stuck straight in. As we know, everyone's been waiting to find out. And Jamie, just quickly before we do, last thing, it's been incredibly difficult this season to work
Oh
out the
yeah.
tiers. Definitely more than we've ever had to do across any time that we've done this qualifying night or the 2-tier system or 3-tier system. It's just been incredibly difficult. And qualifying night, it gave us a really good indication, but there are other factors that come into play.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, obviously, we saw a few guys that didn't do a lap on the super soft tyre, and some guys they are rerun in private sessions, and also some guys we sort of knew where their race pace was, so we made sure that people weren't in the wrong tier, and we think we've worked out pretty well here, and this is probably the closest we can get to it being perfect. Obviously, a few guys that may be a bit miffed at what tier they're in, but we think the tier you're in is the right tier, so hopefully should have some good racing.
And of course, if you don't hear your name, we already have the waiting list up and running. We're already into about double digits already. So yeah, you'll if you did qualify now, you sign up and you aren't placed in the tier, you will find your name appear on that waiting list at the top before anybody else. All right, Jamie, let's get stuck right into this one. So first of all, in the podium tier, as I said, racing at 6:30, we have Primeval Rex, so returning driver. He's a former Constructors champion and one-time winner of Driver of the Day. Then we've got J.A. Parker, who will be a new driver joining the league. Ian Yen, which is another new driver, as is LK Ivan. So he'll be taking his first season at One Hub Racing. Ols will be returning, of course, 5-time podium man and your teammate last season, Jamie. You've got yourself in this podium tier, Jamie. So you'll be looking for your first podium, which we also desperately want you to achieve.
This season.
Papulo, he joined at late last season. Tejwar is returning to league, so he's won before. He's also got a couple of podiums and a pole position as well, so he always does well in the early of the season, so hopefully he can continue that form on. Zach Jarvis, who is formerly known as Cobbler's, returning to league again. He's been voted Driver of the Day before. And then you've got Gaza, who's also in this podium tier, and of course he is the defending Constructors champion from last season on this Formula 1 2018 game. So he's a 4-time race winner, 8-time podium, and as I said, 9-time Driver of the Day, and the 1-time Constructors with the Red Bull. So it'll be interesting to see whether he stays with Red Bull or looks elsewhere. Do you want to run through the other 10 drivers for this tier?
Yeah, we've got 2 rookies in Colin J and Josh 135, not to be confused with VSR Josh. And we've got D-Boy Dan, who raced last season and didn't have a great season, but I think this season he'd be a bit more competitive. And we've also got yeah, am I on the right team? We've got Herstow.
Yep.
White Eagle, who obviously is a really good driver. We really like this guy. He gives it his all every week. We've got Ade, who's a rookie. We've got Nathan, who's returning and only one phase. And Spider Altis. I think I missed somebody there. I don't know who I missed.
Was it Aaron Spence, 2017?
Yeah, probably him, yeah.
So
yeah,
I'll run through it. I'll run through it once. So we got Rex, J.A. Parker, Ian Yen, LK Even, Ols, Jamie, Papulu, Tejwar, Zach Jarvis, Gazaman, Colin, Josh, D-Boy Dan, Aaron Spence, Herstow, White Eagle, AD, Nathan, Only One Phase, and Spider Atlas. And they will be the podium tier drivers who start season 13, Jamie. And you being one of them, it's looking up to be a fantastic season 13.
Yeah, it should be a really good season, that, and I think I might not. I think I'm going to get a top 5 this season, but it's looking really competitive, and I think maybe a few tracks I quite enjoy, and hopefully I can get some good results there.
Alrighty, well, next, Jamie, we obviously have our Precision tier, which is the new tier we introduced for this season to accommodate, the popularity within the league. And this will be racing at 7:30 p.m. And you'll have Luke and Kieran in the commentary box for this tier. And we know how fantastic Kieran was last season, and it's great to have Luke joining him in the commentary box. So, Jamie, I'll run through the first 10, and then I'll let you do the next ones. So this was actually we feel it could be the most competitive tier in terms of the 20 drivers that are in there. It's going to be so evenly matched. It's going to be so hard to choose between them. But Westy, who joined late last season, has been a great addition to the league. So he's a two-time podium winner, one-time driver of the day here. And he's also got a pole position to his name. White Fountain, the ever so consistent Mr. White Fountain. Surely he'll be looking to put on a title challenge in season 13. He's a race winner, of course, 4-time podium and 2-time driver of the day. Nick LJ Thompson is new to the league, so a big welcome to him. Scorpion, he'll be in this tier, the precision tier, and he's got 2 podiums and 2 drivers of the day to his name. Pete is also returning, so one of our race premium drivers, of course, and he's got a podium to his name. He needs to bounce back after not the best seasons last time out in season 12. Jorit is a 3-time race winner, 9-time podium winner, 3-time pole positions, so he'll be taken to the precision tier. Lukey, who did fantastic last season in a tier that was, perhaps slightly above his average pace, but he scored some good results, and he's a 3-time race winner, of course, 15 podiums, 2 pole positions, and 1 Drivers' World Championship back in season 9. Liam, he scored a podium last time out in season 12. He's in the precision tier. Lawrence is in the precision tier also, as is Ashina, who is formerly known as Cloudy Balloons. He's a 1-time race winner and, of course, 1 podium, 2 drivers of the day as well to his name.
Yeah, and we've also got Victor, who raced last season. He nabbed me to pole position in Abu Dhabi, so he's got 1 pole in his stats. We've got the returning 1-time world champion in Chris. He's got 2 wins, 17 podiums, 2 poles, 1 drivers, 1 constructors, and 3 drivers of the days. We've got Matty Daddy, who has got 1 constructors title and 1 driver of the day. We've got Farthber, who is returning, and he's got no stats to his name. We've got Scanny, who's a rookie. We've got Yor, who has 1 win, 6 podiums, 2 poles, and 2 drivers of the days. We've got TK, who has 3 podiums. We've got Colo Man, who has 2 podiums and the driver of the day. We've got Nick Geo7, so we've got 3 Nicks in this tier, I believe. Who's got 7 wins.
Those stats I don't think are
no, they're not right.
Are correct. So
no.
come back to him, and I'll see if I can find his stats.
Finally, we've got Nick A, who's a rookie. So we've got 3 Nicks in this tier, which only the content of this tier are all them Nicks.
Yeah, definitely. The commentators are going to have to really be clear about which one they're talking about. Obviously, TK and Jor in the same tier. We know they're good friends in real life, as are Jorit and Nick G. So, do you expect to see them both teaming up as they did last season, Jamie?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, obviously, they seem pretty good friends in real life, and obviously that helps in league racing. If you know each other, you get on really well. You sort of good rapport with each other, and also. And I've had some good teammates in this league in the past, but I've not really had anybody who I know personally. I don't know how that feels. You probably get more competitive when you want to beat them so bad.
Alrighty, so let's run through the precision tier. Jamie, I think your mic's just playing up, but I'll run through it. So, precision tier, 7:30 p.m. We got Westy, White Fountain, Nick LJ Thompson, Scorpion, Pete, Jorit, Lukey, Liam, Lawrence, Ashinya, Victor, Chris, Matt Your Daddy, Farth, Scanny, Jaw, TK, Coloman, Nick G, and Nicka 2012. That really is a mouthful with all those Nicks. But yeah, we wish the best of luck to all of those drivers, and hopefully they make it a fantastic season for all of them. Now, Jamie, onto the Pinnacle Tier, which will race at 8:30 p.m. And you and Alex will be commentating on this one.
Yeah, this looks a really competitive division. We've got a lot of really quick drivers here. A lot of drivers who maybe could have got in the prestige tier, but there's only 20 seats in there, so they've fallen into this tier. And again, this looks like a pretty much a wide open championship. I can see 6 or 7 drivers fighting for this title.
Yeah, this is going to be extremely competitive, but we're looking forward to seeing who comes out on top. So all right, let's kick it off. So we got Raikkonen, who's in the Pinnacle tier. You got Spaghetti Chips, who's also both of those guys new drivers to league. Then you got UWAT Midnight, formerly known as CXY. So he's also in the Pinnacle tier. He's got 5 wins, 13 podiums, 6 pole positions, all to his name. Surprisingly, he hasn't won a driver of the day according to our stats, but to join last season, Jamie, I think in France, round 8, and get all those stats was pretty impressive. Brumadinho, who recently signed for the esports team, he's got 2 podiums and 1 pole, 2 drivers of the day to his name. Owen is joining as well for this season, so best of luck to him. James Slater, he's not in the top tier for the first time, I believe, in 4 seasons racing with us, so it'll be interesting to see how he can get on. Dark Bolt is new to the league, so he'll be racing in the Pinnacle tier. Jonas, who put in a massively impressive qualifying night, jumped all the way from the Podium tier to this Pinnacle tier, so be interesting to see how he gets on. He's got 10 podiums and 1 pole position, 4 drivers of the day to his name. Sculpt Feeder moves down from the top tier, and he'll obviously enjoy the competitiveness of this Pinnacle tier this season, as will CSS, who put in a good show on qualifying night. And Jamie, I'll let you run through the 10 other drivers.
Again, another driver's dropped down. We've got Malloy, who has 1 podium in the past. We've got Spaniard, who's a rookie. We've got our season 10 Podium champion in Kian, who also is part of the esports team. He's got 7 wins, 11 podiums, 7 poles, 1 driver's championship and 4 drivers of the day. We've got Jesse, who's a bit of a surprise in this tier, but he's got 2 podiums and 2 poles in the driver of the day. We've got Glock, who's a rookie. You've got yourself, Nick, who obviously returning after 3 seasons away. Your stats, you've got 7 wins, 57 podiums, 5 poles, 1 driver's championship, 1 constructor's title, and 16 driver of the days. We've got Manny Kekic, who we believe is winning with no racing line this season. And he's got 4 wins, 11 podiums, 6 poles, 1 constructor's crown, and 2 drivers a day. We've got Lawmans, who's a rookie. We've got Praga, who's returning. He got 1 podium last season. And we've got Mummy Papa, who's got 1 podium.
Yeah, formerly known as Elku, is Mummy Papa, so he's changed his PSN. So yeah, obviously there are a few PSN changes from last season. But yeah, Jamie, a highly competitive tier. I'm looking forward personally to racing with some of these guys. And hopefully we put on a good show for you in the commentary box.
Yeah, it should be a good season, I think. Obviously, I've commented on them guys in the qualifying night. They all seem really quick drivers, and obviously I'm expecting some good racing.
Alrighty, so I'll run through it. We've got Raikkonen, Spaghetti Chips, UWAT Midnight, Brumadinho, Owen, James Slater, Darkbolt, Jonas, Sculpt Fielder, CSS, Malloy, Spaniard, Kian, Jesse, Glock, myself, Mally, Lawmans, Praga, and Mummy Papa. So best of luck to all of our Pinnacle drivers this season. And Jamie, just 1 more to go, the Prestige tier.
Yeah, obviously it's the elite of the One Hub Racing community. And these guys, obviously there's no Julian this season, so this title is up for grabs. Who will take it?
Yeah, obviously, Julian, not racing this season. So this is the crown. This is the big one that they all want to win. This is the top of the top, creme de la creme. And let's run through it, Jamie. So quickest time on qualifying night is Rafa, of course, part of our esports team. And Julian, who set the quickest qualifying night last time out in season 12, obviously went on to win the championship. But you have to say it's going to be a big feat for Rafa, but he's definitely up to the challenge. So he'll be racing in the Prestige tier, and he's got 4 podiums, 1 pole, and 2 drivers of the day to his name. Doom is a new driver. He'll be racing here. Blizzard, we all know Blizzard. Last time out in One Hub Racing, his first season with us, 5 wins, 10 podiums, 8 poles, and 1 driver of the day. So best of luck to him. Jay Cheats is a new driver, so welcome. Odems, he's got 8 wins, 22 podiums, 8 pole positions, and 8 drivers of the day. We don't really need to talk about him anymore than that. This is Wayne. Raced last season, got a podium in this top tier, so he stays here. VSR Josh almost didn't sign up, but he was enjoying the hype too much on Twitter, so he decided to go for it. 4 podiums to his name at One Hub Racing. Plexit did a couple races last season. He's back and he's in the top tier. Francis, 1 podium, 1 pole position to his name. We expect to see a lot from him this season. Onyx is a new driver, so welcome to him to the Prestige tier. And Jamie, I'll let you run through the other 10.
We've got Ollie, who joined midway through last season. He's got 1 podium, 1 driver a day. We've got Samu, who raced last season along with Lakitu. We've got reigning Pinnacle Tier champion Samster, who's got 5 wins, 20 podiums, 2 poles, and obviously 1 driver, so 1 constructor's crown, and 4 driver of the days. We've got Don, who obviously was Sam's main rival last season. He's got surprisingly got more wins than Sam. He's got 6 wins, 9 podiums, 5 poles, and 1 driver a day. We've got Poe, who's a rookie. We've got TTG Jack, who I believe was Squeezy last season. We've got Leon, who's a rookie. We've got Mitch Emery, who's a rookie. And we've also, last but not least, is our Podium Tier champion from last season, Dane Starr, with 9 wins, 16 podiums, 7 poles, 1 driver championship, 1 constructor championship, and 2 driver days.
What an absolutely stacked field. And that is, if you counted, that's 80 drivers. I'll run through the Prestige Tier 1 last time. So we've got Rafa, June, Blizzard, J Cheats, Odems, This Is Wayne, Josh, Plexit, Francis, Onyx, Ollie, Sam, Lakitu, Samster, Don, Poe, Jack, Leon, Mitch, and Dane. So they are going to be racing at 9:30 p.m. And you're going to have Evil Dragon. You're also going to have Jess and Jack, so they'll be rotating throughout the season, but they're looking forward to commentating on the top tier, and hopefully you guys are going to give them plenty of action. Jamie, just a quick special thanks to, of course, all our race premium drivers. So that's Jamie, Gaza, White Eagle, White Fountain, Pete, Jorit, Lukey, Lawrence, Ashinya, Jaw, TK, Malloy, Kian, Bromadino, Scott Fiedler, CSS, Odems, Josh, Francis, Samster, and Danestar for Racing Premium this season. Best of luck to all of you, and thank you everyone for joining us. Jamie, it's been very difficult, as we mentioned. So all those drivers, you haven't got long. 2 weeks today we'll be racing round 1 in Brazil. But before that, Jamie, do you want to just talk a little bit about team contracts?
Yeah, so now the team contracts phase is open. If you go onto the website, you'll see the team contracts, and the teams are categorized into 3 categories. You've got in the top tier, you've got Mercedes, Red Bull, and Ferrari. These teams expect you to be performing at the front of the field, and they've also got the highest expectations from the applicants. We've got the mid-bunch teams, which are Sauber, Renault, Haas, and Force India. These teams are looking for drivers who have a bit of experience, drivers who are willing to learn and improve, and also drivers who want to compete at the front. And we've got the teams at lower end. We've got McLaren, Williams, and Toro Rosso. These teams are open to everybody to apply for. These teams are the rookie teams, but anybody can apply for these teams. And these teams, they've got lower expectations. Maybe if you're new to league racing, maybe this might be a good team to drive for, a bit low expectations, and you can develop during the season. Also, the application is open now, but I'm going to let them run. I'm going to let people get the applications in, and I probably won't be responding till early in the week. So don't be alarmed if we've not replied straight away. I'm going to let everybody have a fair chance to apply, and then during the week I'll have a look at everybody's applications, and then we'll start offering out contracts.
Yes, and if you want to know your stats at One Hub Racing, then just give me a shout and I can send you your career stats if you don't already know. And of course, if you're a rookie, you can either apply for the new teams the teams in Group 3, or you can, Jamie, obviously teammates, it still gives drivers a chance to be in any team. So the teams will sign 1 driver from each tier, and then the 10 drivers in each tier that haven't been signed will then have to find themselves a teammate. So if you cuddle up to someone who's got the Mercedes, for instance, then you might be able to drive alongside him for season 13. But as Jamie said, if you don't hear straight away from the teams, You will eventually. It's just we're going to allow it for a few days for everyone to apply for who they want, and you can apply for as many teams as you like. It doesn't make a difference, and then you will either get a little image back on PSN from Jamie. He's the head of teams, and it'll either say you've been accepted, you haven't been accepted, and encourage you to apply for another team, or you've been told that your stats didn't meet this group of cars. So it'll be fantastic to see who lines up alongside each other. But Jamie, we also just need to mention there are some stewards results from qualifying night. So the stewards have already been busy working hard, and it was just to do with the driving the wrong way down the track on qualifying night. So please just go and check out what they had to say, and its official warning had been given to 5 drivers, but we won't focus on that too much. That's just something for those drivers to have a read and consider. And Jamie, they want us to give us some championship predictions.
Oh God, I'm not good at these.
So we start with the podium tier.
Yeah, I'll let you go. I'll let you go first, and I'll chime in.
All right, so championship predictions. I think Drivers' Championship is going to be Gaza. Of course, we won't say the constructors until the end, Jamie, because we obviously have no idea.
No. I'm gonna say, I think Oles might do it. I think I've raced him last season, and I think I've spoken to him, and he's starting to get his motivation back, and maybe a shorter season, maybe a little bit less enduring on him. Maybe he can nab the title this time.
Alrighty, in the precision tier, this is a really tough one. There's so many guys that I feel could win this, but just based on last season, I'm going to go with White Fountain because of his consistency.
Yeah, man, I think he's a really strong contender, but I'm gonna pump with a rookie. I'm gonna say Nick Thompson. I've raced him in another league. I know he's really quick, and I think he might just do it. Might have a rookie champion that tier.
Pinnacle tier, again, this is so tough to choose. There's so many contenders that could, take this one. I don't know a lot of the new guys, but I know some of them are quick. I don't know how consistent they are, or how much they're able to keep out of trouble. It's a tough one. I'm gonna go with, I don't know. I've seen his name in the live chat, so I'm gonna go with Darkbolt. There you go.
I'm gonna go with, I think CXY might do it. I think I've raced. Well, I'll say raced with him last season. I wasn't really racing with him last season, but I was on the track with him last season. I know how quick he is, and I think he might be a little disappointed he's not in the Prestige, but he's got a great chance in the Pinnacle this season.
The times for the some of the top guys in Pinnacle and lower in Prestige was so close. You're talking 10 hundreds. So it was really close, but in the top tier. It's hard to bet against Blizzard. He's been so dominant on this game. You just got so many drivers in there that can take podiums and race wins, and I think this tier will be who can be the most consistent over the season. And I think if you can get anywhere near the podium every single race, you've got a good chance, Jamie, of taking the drivers.
Yeah. Obviously, a short season DNFs is going to be costly, so trying to avoid them DNFs. And again, I think Blizzard, he seems like one of the quickest guys in the game, and I think with Ginny not there, I think Blizzard will take the crown, so I agree with you there.
So, there you have it. Those are our championship predictions, and team contracts are officially open now, so let me just grab the link for you guys, and I'll pop it in the chat. Make sure you do watch the tutorial videos about team contracts. It just explains it a little bit easier. We understand it's not the most simplest, but it is part of Formula One, and this is what we like to see at One Hub, the racer dream, kind of live the dream experience. And here's the page for team contracts, so you can head on and apply. Make sure when you're applying you just fill out the form correctly. It'll just ask you your PSN, what tier you're racing in, and then the rest is pretty straightforward. But unless anyone has any final questions, we're going to head off and leave it there, Jamie.
Yeah, obviously well done for tuning in. The figures were great, the viewing figures and the comments. Also, we haven't had the time to read through all the comments, but we appreciate every single one of them, and we'll leave you now.
Yes, you will
Good
indeed.
luck.
So, yeah, good luck. Team contracts will be open for a week. So you've got a week to apply. And as I said, it'll be a few days before you start getting your replies from the head of teams. And then, yeah, you're going to have the weekend starting next Friday to decide that teammate. So once you've had your contract agreed, you can start messaging around, and you'll probably have some drivers begging you once they find out what team you're driving for. To let them be alongside you. But of course, that is up to the driver who gets accepted for a team. So, yeah, hope you
And
guys enjoy the process.
also, I know if you don't agree with for teammate selection, then I'll pick a teammate for you. So I think it's a good idea to get a teammate agreed, because you might have a teammate you don't really want. So I think it's a good idea to have that all arranged after the contracts are all handed out.
Awesome. And then starting Monday, Jamie, it's race week, and we get into the normal race week format. And yeah, looking forward to getting back to media days and the whole hype before the Friday's races. And of course, we can't guess the constructors because we don't know who's going to be for what. Of course, it's going to be the points will be added for the teams across all 4 tiers, and so there will be one team that wins, but that'll mean 8 drivers. Across our 4 tiers. So yeah, that'll be really interesting to see how that plays out. Don't forget, guys, mandatory 2-stop in all races, so you've got to stop twice. So yeah, hopefully that'll spice up the racing. And yeah, looking forward, Jamie, to racing, commentating, seeing the new guys, seeing the returning guys, just getting back out on track. And yeah, looking forward to One Hub Racing being live again on Friday night.
Yeah, it should be good fun. Yeah, exactly. Racing, good competitive racing. That's what I want to see. After the 2-stop, it's going to make the strategies interesting. Obviously, there's no qualifying. It's going to be a lot more exciting. So you see guys in a quicker tyre. That's what we all want to see, especially in the late phase of the game where the strategies are all pretty much known already. So this throws it up in the air a little bit. So people have to get practicing and find out what they think works. We'll see. I think we'll see a mix of strategies. We'll see drivers maybe doing 2 stints of the softer tyre, or maybe 2 stints of the middle tyre. I think it's going to be real good fun.
It definitely will. Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight. Hope you're all got the tier that you wanted to be in. But whatever tier you are in, make sure you give it your all this season. 8 races. And yeah, if you're on the waiting list, you never know, you might get a place sooner rather than later. So don't give up hope. And yeah, best of luck to all the drivers in season 13 from myself and the whole management team. And yeah, stay out that steward's office because they want a nice quiet season as well. So yeah, big thanks to everyone for joining us tonight, and best of luck for season 13.
Yeah, good luck.